Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well. President Putin cancels his question-answer session that he always holds in December. You know, the long one that sometimes is 3-4 hours where, you have Russians asking questions regarding everything and he's answering them fully. So let's see what's going on here. This article comes from Ukrainska Pravda, and this is the title. Putin cancels annual press conference for the first time in 10 years. The annual big press conference of Russian President Vladimir Putin is not planned this year, as Dmitry Peskov, Putin's press secretary, said. However, given the cancelled press conference, Putin can talk to his personal propagandist, the Kremlin pool. In November, the media reported that the press conference was not prepared. One of the reasons for the cancellation, as the media reported, was the situation at the contact line. Background: since 2012, the final press conference of the President of Russia has been held in December. Well, I think, if this conference, Q&A, whatever, would be a controlled one, I don't see why they could not, still go on with it. Because if it's a control, that means you have... So let's start differently. What could be the reasons? The situation in Ukraine, you have 3-4 hours of being exposed to this, long session, 3 or 4 hours or 5 hours. I don't think that Putin is 100% on the news of the front, and he's preoccupied 100% with the front. So I don't know if time is an issue here. Now, I don't think that the reason why they cancel it, as these guys say, is because he's concerned with the front or something. Is he concerned that those guys that would ask questions will ask certain kind of, uncomfortable questions? Well, if we go by what these wizards are telling us here in the West, no. Because all the guys that will ask questions are picked, and they would ask pre-approved questions. Therefore, there's not going to be any problems in a dictatorship to have the people ask the right questions. So that could not be that he's afraid of being asked tough questions or, people acting out live. Since it is a dictatorship and it's, as it is a devil-like regime. The other thing, Putin is going to show up in front of a full hall of people. Do you think that they're afraid that they will do something? No, I don't think that would be anything concerning Putin's safety or security. Because among all those people, obviously, they are the secret services. Every other person is one of those guys. So anyway, that's not a problem. Well, is he sick? As some media outlets reported that he is on the last leg on whatever. He's got cancer, he's got this, he's got that. I haven't seen any signs of that, but you never know. The problem is, I saw him in some videos when he showed up in, face to face with other leaders, and he didn't seem to be, changed or slow or shaking or dragging his feet or shaking hands with the air or not knowing where to go, like Biden, for instance. So I didn't observe anything abnormal for a 70-year-old individual. Then what could be the reason? Well, maybe the only reason that could be is just that possibly he doesn't want to be pinpointed to a location. That's the only thing I suspect. That and time. Maybe he doesn't have the time, and after, 5 hours of doing that, you probably are wasted, and after being 70 years old, I think that takes a toll on you. And you have possibly more important things to attend, to do. That could be one time, and really you can't do it, but that's a little bit shaky. The other one is they know where this conference will be, so they will know for 5 hours. They, being his enemies, will know exactly where he is located. You know what I mean? So I think that is the main threat at this point. But they sometimes know where he's at anyway. But this would be under the new circumstances, which is, remember, the Ukrainians were able to shoot targets 550 kilometers from their border within Russia. So, and that was a jet propelled, they call them drones, but I don't know if they were drones or rocket missiles, how you want to call them. And they were very accurate. I saw pictures and they were accurate. There was not like, well, I shoot towards you and I shoot 50 yards from you. No, they were at 550 kilometers. They were guided. That means they went to the target. So I think that might be one reason why these guys are not trying to expose Putin to being, motionless for 5 hours, and everybody else knowing where he's at. That would give 5 hours of doing whatever the enemies might like to do. I think it's a safety concern because of that, not because of a person here in the audience, not because the questions would be naughty, not because he has to be the bearer of the bad news there and tell them everything sucks, because he can say everything is perfect. The guys that were there asking questions will be vetted and they would ask only the questions they were given the questions. Those guys in the audience, as I said, will be infested with Secret Service, so that's all covered. Then what? Could be only his health, 5 hours to be able to be videotaped live, which, in 5 hours you have a few slips here and there, and then you might give the wrong signal. That could be one, because you have to be 5 hours under the camera lens live. That, I think that one. Now, being tired and maybe taking care of other more important stuff than being over there and doing that, which I think it's an extra. And then the third one, I think, is the most important, is his location, known location for 5 hours. And you can put as many batteries and many, how do you call them, defense air system, blah, 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 tra-la-la. It's always a chance that those, missiles, or even if they're launched from within Russia, you can't be certain that 1 or 2 or 3 will not be able to go through, and they're gonna shoot down 20, but the 2 of the 22 will not be shot down, and they could blow up that. So I don't think they want to take that chance. That's what I think about it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.